Today, I'm going to be reviewing the new Victoria Beckham holiday collection. So, this is a four-piece set. You get the Cocoa eyeshadow palette, you get two Kajal eyeliners, and you also get the Cocoa mascara. So, you're going to see me create this look today, and I am going to give you my thoughts if I think it's worth it. Let's get into the video. This is a four-piece collection. I purchased mine on Blue Mercury and I paid $159. This is their holiday collection. It's limited edition. Comes in this really, really pretty box. So it's really, the presentation is really pretty with the Victoria Beckham logo on the box, the Victoria Beckham ribbon on it. And then when you open it up, you have this black box. Again, presentation is beautiful, and you have everything you need to create a beautiful eye look. This comes with the eye wardrobe in Cocoa, which is new, the Future Lash in Cocoa, also new, the Satin Kajal Jewel Liner in Cocoa Pave, which also is new, and then the Satin Kajal Liner in Cocoa. So I purchased an eyeliner, a Kajal liner in Orchid, and then I also got her eye palette in the color Silk. And this is no longer available. So this is before she kind of relaunched her eyeshadows, okay? So it was more like this, and this was one of the reasons why I wasn't crazy about getting it. I do like it. They are all shimmers, and it can come off kind of gold on me. And by the way, the eyeshadow in Cocoa, like, you can make this really bold. I wanted to do a really, really light look for you, but in another video, I think I'm going to do more of a smoky, dramatic look for you as well. But I wanted to show you the difference between the two palettes. So this is the newer palette and this is the old palette. So you can see how they are. And I love the layout of this. And these ones, you can also replace them, which I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what the big deal is because it takes me forever to go through an eyeshadow palette. I would rather see that like in a powder, a setting powder, like in a container, or even bronzers. I feel like people go through bronzers quickly, things like that. But for eyeshadow, I don't get really the appeal of it, but okay. The packaging is very weighted. I mean, her packaging is an A++++. And you can see the difference between, this is the newer packaging. And get off my face now. There we go. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Do you see how thick this one looks compared to the older one? So they're definitely a little bit thicker and heavier than they used to be. Otherwise, they're pretty much the same. Very, very weighted, very luxurious, and that's partly what you're paying for. So I feel like $75 is a lot for an eyeshadow palette. But like when you're comparing like this to Tom Ford or something like that, there's no comparison. You are paying, partly what you're paying for is this, and I feel like it's worth it for me personally. So many brands now, everything is so plasticky, and this just feels amazing. So like, I would be willing to pay that and some of the other brands, and I wouldn't hesitate. Even Chanel, I mean, everybody brags about their packaging, but it's black with the CC on it, but it's not, like, weighted and feels like that. Like, this, they need to take note, like, this is luxurious packaging. This is it right here. I think of out of all the brands that I have makeup, I feel like as far as the quality of the packaging, Victoria Beckham hands down. I love the design and just everything about it is just so luxurious. So as far as the eyeshadows go, they're very creamy, I feel like. They're very creamy and pigmented, so much so that you have to be careful when you're applying these unless you want a really, really deep smoky eye look. And I just wanted something a little bit more subtle that I would pull out and do a look for. Like, this would be more of an everyday look for me. I don't like to go too heavy. Sometimes I go a little bit heavier on camera because of my lighting and because I'm filming. But in general, I don't like to go too heavy. And I just think this is really, really pretty. It's really easy to do. I find these to be blendable, pigmented, highly pigmented, and really no fallout because I did this after. Yeah, I have no fallout. You'll see it. I'll zoom you in so you can see. And then the eyeliners. Okay, when I got the Orchid eyeliner, I was not impressed with them. Like, I don't get the big deal about it because I felt like when I put it on and I blended it out, it just blended away to nothing. So I don't know, is it just that color? Is that what it is? I don't know. But these are both fabulous, and I'm wearing both of them. So I'm wearing one that has a little bit more of a shimmer to it. That's the pave, and then I'm wearing the other cocoa in my tight line, and then also doing a little bit of a wing, and it's so easy to do. It makes now that I have these, I can see why there's a hype on them because I did not get it. I've shared that in so many videos. Like I don't get the hype with it. I don't get the hype. So maybe it's just certain colors don't blend as well. I don't know. Or did I get a one off? I don't know. But these are fabulous. But they're kind of expensive. I probably wouldn't use them all the time because I wouldn't want to go through them, but they are really, really good. As far as a mascara, you're going to see me apply it again. It feels like it's in a glass. Feels like this is glass. It's very weighted. All of her stuff is very luxurious. And I do like the mascara today. I feel like if you do a lighter look like I did, I think you're going to like this mascara. If you're going to do a bolder look with this, you're not going to like this mascara because you really have to build it up to see it. Otherwise, you're not going to see it. And you guys know how I am. I really like my lashes to stand out. I want to see my lashes from across the room. And you're not going to get that with this unless you really, really build it up. This is several coats. And the eyeshadow itself isn't too dark, but if you go deeper with this, you're not even going to see it. You need more of a dramatic. So I'm kind of surprised that she chose this for this palette because I feel like holiday, you're going to be a little bit more bold and in your looks, you're going to do more evening looks with it, although you could do a daytime look because you see that I did that. One thing I wish that was different is I wish this color, and we're going to get into tutorial in a second, but I wish this color here wasn't so yellow. I wish it was more of like maybe a champagne or just a lighter color. Like I'll show you, like the color of this highlighter even. I'm gonna show you because this is what I have in front of me, but I feel like this would be better even. Like something like this. This is just from Natasha Denona. But I feel like this highlighter would go with it. You know what I mean? And it's so much lighter and you get that little bit of a like a lighter look, and I might do that at the very, very end when I'm done, so you can see what I'm talking about, okay? Because I feel like otherwise it's just not like I like to have a lighter color, but I feel like if I put this in there, it's a little too yellow for me. I did put it on my inner corner, as you can see, but I don't know. That's the only thing I'm not crazy about. And it's the same thing that happened with this one. I feel like it felt like it pulled a lot of yellow. Even this one pulls a lot of yellow. They might not look as yellow though. This one might even work with it. So I might even try it with this. I don't know. So let's get into the tutorial now that I've told you everything. But I personally think this is a great collection. And I'm going to tell you, after I ordered, and I'm wearing her foundation drops and her concealer, which I'm going to talk about in another video. You're going to see that. It might be out. It's probably going to be out before this. I have a cart ready to go because I'm definitely going to put in another order and try some more of her things. It just really made me, and I am not watching the documentary, by the way. I know she's probably going to get very popular now because of the documentary, but it's not why I'm doing this. I haven't watched any of it. I was curious about the foundation drops and the concealer, and then I saw this and I thought, I think I'm going to try that. And then now I just want to order a bunch of her stuff. So, anyways, let's get into it. So, the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to use a fluffy brush, Nikki LaRose fluffy brush, and I can barely read the number on it anymore. I'm just going to go in with this, and I'm going to go in with this color right here. But I don't want to put too much on, so I'm actually tapping my brush a little bit on a paper towel, and then I'm just going to tap it again. And I'm going to start down here, and I'm going to work up. I know it sounds a little crazy to do it this way, but these colors, I swear, are so pigmented. You really do have to go easy on it, or you're going to just have a really bold look. And that's great if that's what you want, but for every day, I don't like to do stuff like that. I'm going to go and take a little bit more. I'm going to tap it, pat it, and just again go really lightly. And I'm barely touching my brush on my eye. And yeah, I'm pretty much getting it all over and working it into that transition area. It's pulling that eye up. Okay, so the next step that I'm going to do, I'm going to do it a couple different ways actually. This is the number 210 from BK Beauty. I just want to take a tiny brush like this because I kind of want to work a little bit at a time. I want to work this darker color here. A little bit at a time. I'm going to tap it off on my paper towel there. And I'm going to go in here and we're just going to go on this outer corner. And just kind of work that in really gently. Like that. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to take that other brush and then I'm going to just start to buff that all out together. I just like a little bit of darker on the outer corner just to kind of help pull my eye up a little bit. And you can see it doesn't take a lot of product. These are very, very pigmented, and I'm not getting any fallout with them either, by the way. The formula just feels very, very creamy. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to take that color that I started with again. I'm going to tap it off. And I'm just going to lightly apply a little bit more. See how I barely put any on, but you really see the color, see? So I said it's really pigmented. I'm going to blend all of this now. Before I do my wing and everything, now we're going to go in and we're going to take that color there. That's a color, again, you're going to have to be careful with. I wish that was a little bit of a lighter shimmery color, but it's very intense. So I'm going to take this is from Natasha Denona. It's not available anymore. There's no number. And I came in with a makeup set that I got. But it's like a flat brush. See? So I'm going to just go in here with this. And I'm just going to kind of tap it on my paper towel. And I'm going to lightly apply this. Very light touch. And as I go, if I want to, apply a little bit more, I'll put a little bit more pressure on as I am applying this. But if I put this on too heavily, it just looks too deep and bronzy for me. So I don't want to go too intense. I'm just keeping that light. And I think I'm going to do a little bit more. Wipe it off. If I had her bronzer, I would be doing this, but I don't. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. And I'm just going to put a little bit right up here. And it's just because I feel like need a little bit more of a shadow, but there's nothing in this palette that I want to use. I don't want to use any more of that orangey. I just want something a little bit lighter. So I'm just applying that. So again, if I had a bronzer, I would just use her bronzer. I'm going to go in with the Cocoa eyeliner now. And I'm going to apply that to my tight line first. I may put in a little bit more of that shimmer, by the way, too, but we're just going to do this first. I feel like I might need a little bit more, but I feel like it's better just to add a little bit as you go than to put too much. And I probably should sharpen this, but I'm not going to because I hate wasting. Okay, so we're going to fix it. So I did that. Now I'm going to go right on top. And we're going to blend that. N11 BK Beauty brush. And now I'm just going to just kind of blend that in a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that eyeliner and just really carefully do a little flick here. Like that. And then I'm going to take my BK Beauty smudger brush and just wing it a little bit. I think that's enough. Maybe I'll do a little bit more. I think that's the hardest thing is trying to match without going too thick. There we go. And now I'm going to take the pave cocoa. We're going to put that under here, and I'm going to go a little thicker right there and a little thinner right here. I'm going to take that smudger brush. And I don't want to bring it down or anything, okay? But I do want to blend that out. So now, I like how this comes through your lashes, but I have to put on several coats of this. So I kind of let it dry in between so you see one, so you can see the difference between the two. Like I really had to work on that to get that. And again, if I had a more intense eye look, it gets lost in it. It may be because it's brown too, and the eyeshadow's brown, you know? So if I work at it, I can get it. Now, I didn't find that it flaked on me, and I didn't find that it transferred on me. I've only worn it a couple times, so I have to update you down the road. When I use it up, I will tell you if it did or not, okay? But just from the couple times that I've worn it, it did pretty well, and I was wearing this the day that I had to put my kitty down. And surprisingly, it did not make a mess on my eyes, so. But it seems to be pretty easy to take off. I've been using the Merit cleanser. I wasn't using that. That's going to be a whole other video, but I'm just going to tell you that I've been using that. I'm actually starting to like that, but I'll talk about it like in an empties video or something. But it has been taking my eye makeup off, and especially this one. It's been, so now we're going in again. And I am going to put on a little bit more of the shimmer shadow, just a little bit. That one, just a little bit. I need my other mirror because I got to see closer. And you could probably use your finger, but just be careful because I'm telling you, it will get very dark fast too. If you don't want it to be too intense, be careful. And then I'm going to go in and I am going to take this brush here, the Nikki La Rosa number N23 brush. And I'm going to go in to this and just take a little bit in my inner corner right there. And I'm going to take a little of it like right here. Not bring it all the way up, just a little bit. That's what I did on that other side. You saw the final look in the video. There's a couple things I didn't do, and actually I'm reshooting my ending. I put mascara on the bottom lashes, which I normally don't do, and I forgot to do it on that eye, so I did do that, okay, off camera. And then after I filmed it and showed you guys my look, I went in with the Silk palette, and I just added a little bit of light color there. So it looks slightly different, but I just wanted to share that, but you saw what it looked like before. I think it's a great little set if you want to dip your toes into Victoria Beckham and you've never tried it before. You're not going to be disappointed. I don't feel like you're going to be disappointed because the quality is there. It's really good. You're not going to have any fallout. You can build these up and make them intense, or you can do it a little bit more subtle like I created for you today. The liners are beautiful. The mascara is nice. You guys know that I like something a little bit more dramatic with my mascara, but it's not a complete disappointment. And I added quite a bit on there, and I think I did a pretty good job. It's not amazing, but I've been wearing this all day, no flaking and no transfer. I've been wearing this for several days, no flaking and no transfer. All in all, I really do like the set. So if you wanted to treat yourself for the holidays, or you know somebody in your life that you wanted to spend that on too, I think it's a really, really nice gift set. Like I said, it's just a nice way to dip your toes in because of my recent purchases from Victoria Beckham, I definitely am going to be purchasing more products to test for you guys, and I'll let you know if I like them, don't like them, or whatever. Okay. But one thing you have to remember with this brand too is the detail in the packaging is partly what you're going to pay for too. You are. Um, I can't remember what Tom Ford palettes retail for, but I feel like it's around 95. And they're not as nice as this. They're not as heavy, they're not as I mean, these are beautiful, like, I feel like they're like an heirloom piece, like, just when you see, like, old vintage makeup and they have those old, powder, compacts and things like that? Like, that's what this is. I feel like this is just something that years from now, you're gonna have it, and it's just gonna be something that you're really gonna cherish, I feel like. And I think the quality itself and the product is really, really good too, as well, I feel like personally. So that is where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, I would love to have you join. I share new videos every single week. Please consider smashing that subscribe button below. It is free. I would greatly appreciate it too. If you've enjoyed it, please make sure you like, share, comment on the video. Helps push them out to algorithm. Would really appreciate it. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.